so I'm William again. Where I went to Korea, Seoul specifically. Work at Hyundai Capital, the financing arm of Hyundai Motor Group, and I was doing international finance there, so helping them figure out how they were going to fund their projects. Well, I mean, truthfully, like AIESEC basically just sort of extended me the opportunity. They gave me the application. They're like, "This looks pretty interesting. Maybe you'd be interested." And outside of that, I mean, I guess it was largely myself, except for like the Korean translation of the documents. They sent over a few things that were in Korean, and I had no clue what they meant, so I had some help there. Sure. I mean, I think the biggest thing, honestly, like AIESEC, is that you're interacting with people that are just not from Cornell as well. We had a lot of native Korean students, like from basically Korea's Harvard, Yale, Princeton, that we sort of hung out with a lot, and a lot of new people that I think I would have not met if I had just done a traditional study abroad. I think the biggest thing, other than that, was sort of meeting the AIESEC family there. They welcomed me, and they took me to dinner a few times. It was a sort of really welcoming sort of experience. I think the biggest thing is like perspective. So I guess I had sort of taken going to Cornell for granted, honestly, because I grew up in Ithaca. Like Ithaca High School is a very big feeder school to Cornell. And then there was this one moment, I remember it very, very vividly. I was on a bus, a super crowded bus, and there's this guy who introduced himself to me, and he said, "Oh, so where are you from?" I said, "Well, I'm from Cornell." And he's like, "Whoa, no way!" And he's like, "I'm like, oh, is that a huge deal?" Like, I didn't realize it at the time, because I grew up in Ithaca my entire life, and I think it was there that it really marked a turning point for me, where I sort of appreciated what I had, sort of at Cornell and growing up a lot more. Yeah, I guess the biggest one is like, there's just no protein in Korea. Honestly, there's no protein, and like I was like, I look at the dishes and I'm just like, there's no meat in here. But to be fair, they actually do supplement that with a lot of different other things. They have like endless side dishes. Oh, I remember, I love the fish cake side dish the most. That's probably the best one. I guess it was like when I first arrived there. I was in the hotel room. I was still getting settled in. I had no idea what was going on. And then like these three AIESECers from the people that were sort of hosting the TN sort of went to my hotel, like, "Oh, welcome to Korea." It was like a sort of pretty welcoming experience. Yeah. I mean, outside of that bus moment, I think perspective was like really a huge thing. Outside of that, I think it was this meeting with Hyundai's, I think it was like his global VP of operations or something. He was a really nice guy, and I just had never really gotten to talk with somebody so senior and sort of seen on like his business perspective on where Hyundai was going in the next few years was pretty transformative for me. I remember this like one time, like it's like monsoon season in Korea, like during the summertime. So we were walking back from like, I forgot, some event or another, and it suddenly starts like pouring. Like it just like is pouring. It's like I had angered like the rain god, and he was like finally taking his vengeance on me or something. So we ran back and we were completely soaked by the time we got back to the hotel. That was certainly memorable. Kimchi and karaoke. Well, no, there's a lot more than that. I honestly think the biggest thing was I guess perspective. First time going abroad, and certainly hope it's not the last.